They say hockey is the greatest game in the land, and for the Pontello Broadcasting Network, we couldn't agree more. Here in our game of the week, week 6 on our hands of the winter 2020 portion, as it's the Black Aces taking on the resurging Green Hornets in what will be considered a thriller to head us into our midway point of the campaign. Hi everybody, Angelo Pontello bringing you this broadcast action. Joining me as always is Clyde Roberts. And Clyde, you look at these two teams right now, and first for the visiting team, the Green Hornets, lots to look forward to. Of course, Angelo, if we have to look at the team that's been complete so far, they have been just that up to this point of the season. And of course, it's unfortunate for Jim Hill's departure, but nevertheless, I see in that gold jersey a very familiar place, or a familiar player, if you will, Angelo. That's right, Andy, and of course, Mr. Dashing himself, the handsomest men of the Over 50 Hockey League. It's Mark Rosengard returning to tend the twine for the first time in nearly 5 months. And what can we expect to see from him today, Clyde? Well, of course, that's the biggest thing about Mark Rosengard is, we haven't seen him play in a long while, so we don't know if he's going to be giving up a few goals here today, or perhaps he comes out and plays a very handsome performance. Anything handsome related, Mark Rosengard is the expert on it, and you can bet your bottom dollar precisely that is what Rosengard's going to do. He's going to provide us entertainment throughout this game regardless. So Rosengard's going to be a key factor, especially for this Green Hornet defense, if they're going to be looking to continue the way Jim Hill was shutting down teams in the winter 2020 season. Meanwhile, for the Black Aces, a team that no one anticipated in the start of the season to even come close to where they are now, are suddenly a resurging contender and a very viable candidate to make the Over 50 Cup playoffs this season. Well, of course, when I look at this team, Angelo, for the Black Aces, it all starts with Hartley McDonald. And for somebody who sets up the plays, he has been a pivotal point. 3 goals and 8 assists on the season. Tied for 3rd in points. Hartley McDonald, a man that really knows how to keep things going and someone who is of expertise when it comes to getting points. Well, Hartley, we've known in the past few seasons, Clyde, has been somebody who has really gotten points, but more from the goal side than from the assist factor. So with that, we'll step aside for the moment. When we come back, our game of the week face-off upcoming. It's the Black Aces and the Green Hornets on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Charles Inman to drop the puck to start this game. Alpente on the other side of us. Connor Bortz, our scorekeeper for today's game, giving you all the action here on our game of the week as the Black Aces look with possession first. Back to Chiquan. Big chance here on the far side, and it gets knocked away. Rebounded by Lafreri. Gets the pass back to Maury. Maury looking for the setup. Almost big opportunity on the left side. Paris just waiting for it right by the net. And if the Green Hornets are going to be looking to capitalize, they need to rouse these Black Aces early, rustle them a little bit, and try to make a strong statement. McDonald puts this one in the Green Hornets end. Hartley McDonald with a chance, but taken away by Chiquan. This is back to Bob Phillips for the Black Aces. Intercepted by Lafreri, trying to keep this one on sides, and it'll be tipped away by Shepard and picked up by Robbins. Robbins gets through 2 Green Hornets, but not without losing the puck, as it's Maury who puts it back in the Black Aces end. And as I can see the benches right now, Angelo, it's an 8-on-8 hockey game, so depth is going to be a key in this one. You don't want to spend too much of your energy early on in this game unless if you're going to have defense to back it up. Phillips back to Harrison. Finds the pass over to Lilly. Lilly with the chance here on the Green Hornets. Doug Shepard knocked off the puck by Mike Maury. And that's the defense that I'm talking about, Angelo. Green Hornets need to start somewhere, and that's from a defensive aspect. If they're not getting the goals early on the board, that defense needs to come in key, because this Black Aces team is not afraid to ram it down your throat if needed. Harrison in the neutral zone. Will take this one himself in the Green Hornet zone. Harrison with 3 Green Hornets on him and taken away by Levesque. Tipped away by Lilly, trying to keep it in the zone, as it's Washburn who gets it back to Harrison for the Black Aces. Green Hornets now struggling to get out of their zone. They do finally, as it's back in the neutral zone with Paul Levesque. Levesque off the skate of Masherin, as both teams chasing for the puck as it gets back to Washburn in their own end. With 9:50 in the opening period. And now is going to be a matter of, with this 8-on-8, we start to see opportunities brewing for both sides, but not to the point where it's a full-on-fledged opportunity for scoring power. And especially against a keeper like Mark Rosengard, you're going to have to do everything you can to even have a chance at scoring or getting past him here today. You know, Rosengard's one of those players where you have to start by getting your full-fledged opportunities. That's the first part in trying to get the puck past him. Burns pass intercepted. This is Paris. 2-on-1 for the Green Hornets. Tipped away by Harrison as Chaquan slides in through looking for an open opportunity. Paris with a shot on net, knocked away by Bourges. So Hartley McDonald taking a little bit of a tumble as this puck is back over the reels, sets it up to Paris back in the Black Ace zone. Paris buying some time, tipped up high by McDonald. And they're going to wave off the high stick call, no advantage for the Black Aces. Shot transpired and it goes in! Tom Lafreri in the right place at the right time, and the goal-scoring machine strikes first for the Green Hornets. Yeah, we look back into that play there, Angelo, and Tom Lafreri just waiting there by the net, just biding his time. Green Hornets set him up perfectly. What a way to start the game. 8:41 in the opening period. Green Hornets trying to tie for first place with the Red Army after they were once again upset, this time by the Blue Bombers by a scoreline of 1-0 early on today. And the Green Hornets have an opportunity to even things up at the midseason point. Well, what better way to get a victory over the team that upset the Red Army first? This is your chance right here if you can make it happen. Lafreri gets it around to Shepard. Picked up by McDonald. He's off to the races into the Green Hornet zone. Only Lafreri back at the fence. McDonald biding some time. Knocked off the puck and taken away by Chaquan. Phillips keeps it in the zone, looking for a shot chance. Rosengard trying to hang on for the stop, and it gets knocked away as it's Paris who gets the clearance. Yeah, not bad work so far. Starting to warm up Rosengard here. All the Black Aces, they're going to need a little bit more pressure, more opportunities to come into full fruition. Off the feet of McDonald. Byrne looking for a clean pass. Could not. This one coming back in the Green Hornet end. And it's going to come back all the way down to the Black Aces end for an icing call. 7:24 in the opening period. Green Hornets hanging on to that 1-0 lead. Courtesy of a Tom Lafreri goal. Masherin can't connect with Washburn on point, and this one's coming back in the Green Hornet home. Puck far side corner. Mike Morey trying to get some setup chances. Check that. It's Tony Lugo as he gets it back to his other defensive partner, and Marty Washburn. Lugo looking against Rob Richmond on the puck. Shepard trying to keep it alive. Richmond gets around Washburn. His shot fired, knocked down by Rosengard. Rebound taken by Morey. Off the boards as Phillips regroups for the Black Aces. Willie's pass gets back to Bob Phillips. Phillips knocking him back in the Green Hornet zone. Lilly picks up on the puck, shot fired, knocked again by Rosengard, rebounded by McDonald. Far side corner, Hartley looking for options, and he's knocked off the puck by Morey. Morey off the back stick of Levesque. Green Hornets on the move. Shot fired, this one getting back in the Black Ace end. Phillips trying to retrieve the puck, gets around to McDonald, and it's back to Washburn again, clearing it back into the Black Ace end. See, right now, and the other thing too is with the 8 players, you look at who's not on the ice right now. You got Brett Gargis, your 5-star player, who's once again out. And I feel like right now, Angelo, to miss him for so many weeks, it's a hindrance, because that is an important part of your team, especially if you're looking to either set up plays or look for a goal scorer. It really puts you at a huge disadvantage for all the weeks he's not here. Shaquan almost had a chance to slide it past Borges, and it's rebounded by Paris. Harrison finds an open McDonald far side, charging into the Green Hornet zone. McDonald sets back up, tipped up high, no dice, as Black Aces pick up their own board. Harrison. Working against Chaquan with the puck. Gets around Shepard to the far side corner, looking to set this pass back to Robbins. Robbins puts it back in the Green Hornet end. This is McDonald working against Reels. McDonald looking for options. Off the skates of Robbins, slides through almost to the left post. And Hartley McDonald trying to tap this one in, but no dice, says the officials, as this one all gets waved off. Alden Robbins, a golden opportunity to capitalize there on the right side, just off the post. And then, of course, McDonald trying to get it back in, but at that time, I believe he might have been in the crease that time, which was why the officials waved it off. But nevertheless, that was an important stop there for the Green Hornets. 4:37 in the opening period. Green Hornets up 1-0 over the Black Aces, as the Black Aces trying to get back to 500 on the season. Green Hornets trying to avoid dropping to 500. Robbins and Levesque on the face-off by the Green Hornet blue line. Back to Robbins with 3-on-2 for the Black Aces. Shot chance knocked away by Rosengard. Masterin off the stick of Robbins. Arden Robbins off the boards. Is back in the Green Hornet end. Mark Rosengard looking for some setups here. This is to Maury. Lugo lets Steve Byrne come through and knock it back in the Green Hornet end. Shepard sets it back up. Masterin, big chance here for the Black Aces that they can set up. Robbins lost control of the puck, and it gets knocked back out. It was a saving grace moment there for the Green Hornets. The Black Aces looked like they were getting some passing going there and almost had a full-fledged chance. But then one missed pass there that time gives the Green Hornets new life. Phillips finds an open Richmond. If Richmond skates, he's got a breakaway chance. Richmond shot fire, knocked down by Rosengard. Trying to get through the 5-hole was Rob Richmond that time. That is one of Rosengard's specialty breakdown points right there. You can't score on him through the 5-hole. You've got to be a little more finesse than that if you're going to get it past the handsome keeper. Steve Byrne intercepted by Lugo. Byrne trying to get out of his own end, knocked down by Maury. And it's Borges who stops the puck there. And for Stefan Borges, who comes into today's game allowing just a little over 4 goals, but not before an excellent effort against the Red Army last week in the Black Aces 4-1 win. Well, Stefan Borges is one of those rookie keepers that you really still try to have to figure out what his capabilities are. You know, he's someone that can step up in big games, but I think also from a rookie perspective, you know, he still has a little bit of ways to go in terms of learning the rest of the league and how most of these players operate when it comes to their scoring specialties. And that's what makes a good keeper, in my opinion. Because if you don't know who you're going up against player-wise, it could be a little bit of a trouble necessary. But nevertheless, at the end of the day, Angelo, you have to play your best game. Phillips. Kicked away by the defense, rebounded by Washburn. Off off the boards. Harrison, Shepard shot. Stopped by Rosengard, rebounded by Mike Morey. LaFrere looking to regroup as it gets back to Morey. Shaquan finds an open shot to LaFrere. Here comes a 2-on-1 for the Green Hornets. Ole Harrison back at the fence. Wide open chance for Perry. Skid slacks. And with a deep move, cannot finish. And that's going to hurt for the Green Hornets. Yeah, Chris Paris, who has seen a lot of success in the past few weeks, that time a little bit of an unfortunate situation happening to him there. Perhaps he's going to get another chance here. He'll skate up with Shaquan this time, who gets into the Black Aces zone. This is Paris trying to regroup with possession. Back to Shaquan. Has two Black Aces on him as he feeds it off to Reels. Shot deflection chance. And it is stopped by Borges. Yeah, and if he gives Stephon the opportunity to make a play, you know, he's going to be one of those keepers that will do just that for you, but you have to give him as much help as you can. One of the biggest factors here that we've seen in keepers is if you leave them high to dry, there's more of a chance that they are going to struggle to tame the twine there. And it's not just for the Black Aces, it's for any keeper for that matter. Not very often do you see a keeper that can hold his own if there's absolutely no defense. Shepard backhands it to Reels for the Green Hornets. Reels biding some time, winds up for the shot, kicked away by Borges. Shepard trying to skate up for this puck quickly into the neutral zone. Here comes Shepard in the Green Hornet zone. Looking for the pass back, no one there, and Washburn takes it away. Levesque now gets it off to Masserin, just out of his reach though. And Borges is going to let this one go all the way back in the Black Ace end. Harrison finds Richmond. Richmond just out of the reach of Robbins. As this puck comes back in the Black Aces end, this one back to Reels. Final minute of the opening period as it's Masserin and company trying to potentially add one more for the Green Hornets. Black Aces trying to do the same. This puck gets back to Rosengard, biding some time. Washburn finds Ludo. Off of Shepard. Washburn misfires on the pass. This is back to Reels. Off to the boards into the neutral zone is Masserin. Kicked back by Burns. Masserin just out of his reach as it heads back in the Black Aces end. He'll fight for the puck against Harrison. This is back to Levesque. And time expires on that note on the near side corner. 1-0 your scoreline here in our game of the week. Green Hornets trying to pick up a much needed 2 points over a Black Aces team that is trying to get back to 500. You're watching Over 50 Hockey's Game of the Week on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Arden Robbins and Omer Chiquan on the face-off to start this second period. Green Hornets up 1-0 over the Black Aces in a much different storyline from opening weekend. Yeah, one of the biggest things now, and you look at Over 50 Hockey, it's any given Sunday, any team can step up and win, and it can also depend on the variables as well. You know, if you have a situation where you need the right players in place, they'll come in handy. And so it appears in that moment, Tom LaFrere did score a goal in the most nonchalant style we have seen in recent weeks. Well, that's gotta hand it to you, Angelo. Tom LaFrere just has a way sometimes of just making a goal seem so effortless just by the way he takes shots. And if that's a strategy to have, then so be it. But LaFrere continuing to do what he does best, and that's to score goals. Green Hornets extending their lead to 2-0. LaFrere trying to get back into the swing of things. LaFrere now with 7 goals on the season in just 5 game appearances. Talk about a resurging effort and a pickup point from where he left off with the defending champion Blue Bombers. See, when we look at LaFrere when he was with the Blue Bombers, he had people to pass it to, as well as he had the support system to get goals. Here, he's got Omar Chikwon, he's got Matt Sharina when he does show up. You got Chris Paris, who's also in the mix as well. And Jerry Coughlin and Todd McAvoy. I mean, the names you look on that roster, Angelo, and there's so many players that could potentially set up Lafreri where he can actually focus more on the goals being scored and make more of an impact. Puck is back to Washburn. Winds up for the shot. This one knocked down by Harrison. Harris trying to get it out of his own zone. Check that, gets it down to Chikorn. Lafreri, open chance, looking for that hat trick, and he is stopped by Borge. Back over to Maury. Feeds it off to Reels. Puck slides all the way back to Rosengard as Reels looking for Lugo. Gets it into the neutral zone. Burn. Off to the boards, finds Richmond. Black Ace is now on a 3-on-2 chance. Richmond working far side, looking for the setup finish out to McDonald. And it gets retaken by Reels. Kevin Reels, tipped away by Byrne. Green Hornets step back to regroup. And with the icing call, this puck's coming back. And we start to see from the Green Hornets in this particular stage of the game, Angelo, a team that could use a little bit more of that structural effort, you know, get some passes going, start the flow moving. But you look at who's missing here today. You know, you're missing Todd McAvoy, Jerry Coughlin, Matt Sharina. That is huge to be missing. Just some of the name players there. And then you're only left with Tom Lafreri and Omar Chikwon as the players that need to carry this team to prominence if they're going to be looking for that victory today. But nevertheless, you see there's just that big difference there. And if even some of those missed players that I just mentioned show up, I believe it's a different game based off of the way the Black Aces are showing. Well, you mentioned names from the Green Hornets side, Clyde, but you also got the Black Aces that are missing at least one key piece at the moment, and that's rookie Wayne Webster, who has come away with 6 goals in the last 3 weeks. Definitely a big-time accomplishment. As Paris' shot defended by Borges, and he's going to fall on this one for the stop. But to finish the point there, Clyde, biggest thing with Webster is a guy who has started to show that he can finish on big-time plays, and you don't have a finisher here for today for the Black Aces, and you have to have Courtney McDonald do it all. That is a tall order. Well, it's not to necessarily say that it's a tall order for somebody like McDonald, but you're going to have players that need to step up in those roles and fill in the right key pieces. You know, putting Hartley by himself is tough. We haven't seen him in too many situations where you put the entire offense on McDonald's back, but it will help if he has some help somewhere. Puck is back to Bob Phillips with 8.5 minutes to go in the second period. Green Hornets up 2-0 in our game of the week as Phillips bides his time and gets a pass off the boards looking for Lilly, but just out of his reach, and it's coming back. Just out of the reach of Robbins as this comes all the way back in the Green Hornet zone. Rosengard thought about stepping up, but this one comes back. Lugo in the neutral zone, intercepted by Phillips. And Phillips forced to stay in the neutral zone. Yeah, and when Arden Robbins slipped in our peripheral vision there, it really hurts when you have a big opportunity like Bob Phillips intercepting the puck. But, you know, in that time, per se, just one of those things where it's unfortunate, but over 50 hockey, you never know what can come of it. So Scott Harrison temporarily down after colliding with his teammate in Arden Robbins. And so face-off will reconvene at center ice, as it'll be Arden Robbins against Paul Levesque for the face-off.
Sorry, that call was visitor fixed. No assist on that.
Shepard defended well by Rios. As this puck gets around over to Lugo, just out of his reach. Levesque tried to skate up for this one. 3-on-1 now for the Green Hornets as Levesque closes in. Shot fired. Borges falls on it for the stop. And it looked like from that angle there, Levesque thought the puck might have still been open, trying to see if he could have had an extra tap at it. But Stefan, once again, is trying to come down big and keep the Black Aces in this game with 7:29 remaining. Hartley McDonald checking back onto the ice for the Black Aces, as does Rob Richmond again. Black Aces only with 8 players in attendance today compared to the Green Hornets 9. As Mashrin tries to handle possession of the puck. This one off to the side of the net and taken away by Phillips. Oh, and Tony Lugo was just right there. If he would have just been paying attention just a little bit more, he might have been able to sneak in for a goal for the Green Hornets. Richmond regroups out of the reach of Hartley McDonald. Once again, awareness is a key factor. He was trying to connect with Hartley McDonald at that point, just not on the same page there. Missed opportunity. Levesque shot, knocked down by Borges, taken away by Phillips. Lafreri gets the pass back to Rios. Shepard in pursuit. Reels just out of the reach of Chiquan. Byrne taken away by Washburn. This is back to Paris. Paris off the boards. Phillips watches this one go back to Borges in the Black Aces end and will take this one himself. Phillips looking for McDonald. Knocked away by Washburn, picked up by Richmond. Into the Green Hornet zone. Black Aces showing 3 pursuit. Back is to Chiquan in the neutral zone. This is Lafreri. Winds up for the shot. Knocked down by Borges. Phillips on the stick of Lafreri, looking for that hat trick, but knocked away by Paris instead. Paris gets it back to Lafreri. This is Chiquan. Sets up again for the Green Hornets. Dangerous chance here in the Black Ace zone. Lafreri shot. Tip chance by Paris. Paris picking up his own board. Biding time. Looking for the shot fired. Hits top shelf. Right where they keep the peanut butter and jelly. And Paris is back in business. It was just a matter of time before we start seeing Chris Paris back in his business. You know, just finding ways to score, get some opportunity to make a play, make an impact. But that time, the key thing was the rebound. Borges was able to stop him cleanly.
12-6.
Borges was able to stop him cleanly the first time, but then Paris, again, just a tremendous effort to put it back in there. And with that, the Green Hornets extend their lead 3-0 with 5:20 to go in the second period. as they set this one off the stick of Byrne, taken away by Robbins. Out of the reach of Lilly as this comes back to Rosengard, watching it go for the icing call. And right now, we talk about players stepping up in the absence of Todd McAvoy or Jerry Coughlin or Matt Sharino for the Green Hornets. In addition to Chiquan stepping up, you got Tom Lafriri, who's been able to come in the mix, and then, of course, Chris Paris. And we mentioned this on a couple of broadcasts before, Angelo, but Paris has really stepped up. He has really matured into a player that has just been a rising star. And of course it does help when you have the building blocks around you to make you better. But when we see Chris Paris, at first he was just an average player in the league. Now with the Green Hornets this season, he is an offensive playmaker. Chris Paris now on the season currently has 4 goals and 5 assists as Borges is there for the stop. But even midway through this point, we've seen Paris get some points before for any offense squad, but key thing for the Green Hornets is he's closing in on 10 points this season, and we're not even halfway through the season yet. Well, that's just one of the big things about Chris Paris. And again, given the right opportunity, we've seen players before where we see a different side of them. We see them improve just a little bit more if playing with the right players. Boy's shot low. Borges can't connect on the backhander, but Lafriri nevertheless picks up his hat trick. You said it right there, Angelo. Mike Morey loves taking those low shots when he takes his shot on point, trying to make it a little bit tricky. Borges had that covered by what
from 17 and 12.
But what he didn't have covered that time was Tom Lafriri just waiting at the back door to punch it in. Somebody on the defense has to take care of that. Harris, Lafriri in the corner again and scores. And suddenly, Clyde, Lafriri on a track to make some good. Well, again, you know, just being in the right position at the right time and just the defense suddenly for the Black Aces. As soon as one goal scored, everything just chuckles down. And so Lafriri scoring there as Robbins trying to add some offensive pressure for the Black Aces as they now trail 5-0 with 4:11 to go in the second period. And Chiquan is looking for more for the Green Hornets with Lugo keeping it alive in the zone. Shot fired, knocked away by Borges. Rebound chance by Lugo, taken away by Byrne. Mike Morey gets it around from Levesque. This is back to Morey. Off the boards, keeping it alive in the zone. Now it's to Paris. Paris lost control of the puck and Burns there for the clearance. And once again, Angelo, I need to bring up the point how important it is. You need to have some of your key players here almost on a weekly basis. You look at Brett Gorgas, their 5-star player who has only been here for 3 of the 6 games so far. And somebody who has set up plays for them before, or at least been a big component on the defensive side of things. Not being here, that's one hurt. Wayne Webster not here to help you finish as well. That's even more of a detriment because Webster and McDonald have been just quite the duo for the Black Aces when it comes to offensive production. McDonald shooting it low on Rosengard, knocks it away, boarded by Washburn. Lugo biding some time. Off the stick of Levesque, trying to make a play out of it, and it gets knocked away. Phillips. Thought he had a pass to McDonald, but instead goes back to Harrison in the Black Ace end. Robbins. Puck out in the open, it's taken up by Phillips. Lafriri comes in with the interception. Back to Green Hornet possession. Harrison. McDonald. Trying to get through 2 Green Hornets, and he collides into the defenseman. Yeah, sometimes when you're squeezing an opportunity right there through, that's exactly what's going to happen. Hartley trying to get a little skinny on the Green Hornet defense, but that time it did not pay off. Phillips winding up for the shot just off to the low right side. Burn. Black Aces trying to capitalize quickly, but it's going to get cleared out by Washburn. Mashrin. Stripped away by Harrison. 2:09 remaining in the second period as Lilly regroups for the Black Aces, looking off the skate of Robbins. Well, so far, Angelo, we have seen, even with the opportunities the Black Aces have made so far in this game, Mark Rosengard really breaking it down, not even giving the Black Aces an inch for hope. And so with that, the icing call brings it all the way back deep in the Black Aces zone with 1:47 remaining in the second. See, and now in this situation, you don't see it coming yet, but this Black Aces team, again, a different team when you don't have the right pieces in play. And that can be said for practically any over 50 team we have witnessed so far in our broadcast. When you don't have your full 12-player lineup, it can be quite a different storyline from what's anticipated. Chaquan trying to set up for more for the Green Hornets. As he goes down, puck taken away by McDonald. Robbins pass, looking for Lilly. As this puck gets around back over to Reels. Burns sets up open chance for McDonald, knocked down by Washburn. And Hartley McDonald might have had a legitimate chance there to make a good shot off of Rosengard, but it really helps when Marty Washburn is there for protection. This long time over 50 vet in the right place at the right time. Washburn. This is to Lafreri in open ice. Back in the Black Aces zone are the Green Hornets. Feeds it back to Chaquan looking for a setup chance. Paris can't get the puck out of Borges' possession. It was a good initial setup there, but Paris trying to capitalize there that time. Borges was just in a great position to come out and make the stop, denying the Green Hornets an opportunity. 50.8 seconds remaining in the second period. Green Hornets not done yet as they lead 5-0, a commanding lead here in our game of the week. As Shepard trying to reach out for the puck for the Black Aces back in the neutral zone. This is Shepard on the move. Shepard gets it around from Morey. This is back to Byrne. Phillips biding some time. Off the stick of Lilly. And this one puts back in the Green Hornet end for the icing call. And so at this point, it's just one of those situations you kind of have to keep this game going. Essentially, if you're the Black Aces, I understand you have 8 players in the mix, but try to get something going here. You still got lots of time to potentially come back and win this thing. Puck is back to Byrne in the far side corner. Off glass. Morey keeping it in possession. Reels winding up for the shot. Off the skate of Byrne. Lilly gets it cleared out into the Green Hornet end. And Rosengard's going to stop this one as time expires. 2 periods in the books, but the Green Hornets coming alive offensively here in the second period, courtesy of Tom Lafreri continuing to do his magic. We'll be back after more action here on the Over 50 Hockey League. This is Over 50 Hockey's Game of the Week on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Homer Chaquan and Steve Byrne on the faceoff. As we start our third and final period, Green Hornets up 5-0 over the Black Aces. And what seemed to be a promising last few weeks for the Black Aces has now hit a bumpy road at the moment. And again, part of that today, Clyde, you look at who's on the bench for the Black Aces, and it's pretty tough when you're without one of your 4 stars and your 5-star. Well, in any situation, you're always trying to keep things in check, potentially, but on a consistent basis, the best player, arguably, on that team that you can see keeping things moving is Hortley McDonald. And, you know, it's tough to say in a situation where you have to put Hortley in that situation where he has to perform like a 5-star in order to give the Black Aces the best chance right now. But I think in that situation, it helps him move the puck around and force him to become that playmaker that everybody can rely on, and how you can put the team on your back mentality. This is where it happens right here. Steve Burns' shot knocked down by Rosengard. Almost an opportunity for the Aces to score as it's taken away by Chiquan. Chiquan looking for a bite-up time from Paris. This is Lafreri back to Chiquan. Shepard slips it out to Robbins as it's put up by McDonald. McDonald with Lafreri trailing from behind, and this one gets knocked away. So Bourges lets Harrison get to this puck as the Black Aces regroup once more. And that's a little bit of an unfortunate situation there, tripping like that, but Harrison looking to clear it out, he does. Maury connected to Lafreri, getting the dump clearance into the Black Aces zone. This is Phillips shooting it into his own bench as play will momentarily halt. Both teams now switching some players up. Big key goal here for the Green Hornets upcoming. And key goal in the sense of this is an opportunity where if they score, they could potentially turn this into a running clock. But meanwhile, for the Black Aces, you want to try to keep as much of a defense as you possibly can. Make this to within a fairly reasonable game. Phillips finds Harrison. Black Aces trying to get this one out of their own end. Pass connects to McDonald into the Green Hornet zone. McDonald, as Washburn pressures him. And McDonald gets neutralized by Marty Washburn as this one off the stick of Rios. Big chance here for Phillips. Backhander knocked down by Rosengard. Maury. Levesque lost control of the puck as it gets around to Lilly. Lilly lost control of the puck as this one gets around to Masherin. Phillips. This is back to Harrison. Harrison gets through 2 Green Hornets as he gets back in the Green Hornet zone. Harrison working far side, biding his time, looking for a shot opportunity. Burn with the tip chance as it gets knocked off to the left side. Lugo stopped well by Richmond. Masherin dumps it back in the Black Aces zone as Harrison chases for it. Phillips connects to Steve Byrne into the neutral zone. Byrne on the move, setting it back up to Richmond, knocked away by Washburn. Shepard's clearance back to Washburn. Off the feet of Lilly, keeps it moving. Burn. Richmond looking for the setup chance, knocked away by Washburn once more. Chiquan picks up on the puck and is off to the races. Chiquan. Contested pass, gets it out to Paris. Back to Chiquan. Working around Phillips and company. Chiquan. Backhand flipper. Out to Paris in the Black Ace end. Sets it back. Chiquan shot fired. Defended well by Phillips. Chiquan with his own rebound. Looking for more chances. Off the skate of Burns. Picked up by Lilly. 3 Green Hornets closing in on Lilly as he gets this one put back in the Green Hornet zone. Real. Off the back skate of LaFleury. This is Byrne looking for a shot opportunity. Knocked down by Rosengarten. Reels on the rebound. Taken away by Lilly. Phillips trying to create another offensive chance. He does. Robbins, shot fired. Glove hand saved by the handsome keeper, Mark Rosengarten. And this is what we were talking about earlier, Angelo. You just even get remote chances of getting yourself shot opportunities. It's the little key pieces like that that's going to have Mark Rosengarten save it 100% of the time. And so far with this Black Aces team, that again is struggling on the offensive side. Really haven't had too many clean chances here today. Robbins. It's to Harrison. Harrison keeping it low. Shepard finds the puck off the boards. Lugo gets a piece of it. Mashrin takes it away for the Green Hornets, has Levesque to work with. Mashrin in the Black Aces zone. Defended well by Shepard. Levesque trying to capitalize, knocked down by Borges. Off the back skate now of McDonald, taken away by Robbins. Pass back, McDonald could not handle the pass, and it comes back to Mashrin for the rebound. Even in situations like this where it's 6:08 to go in the game, another key opportunity there I think Hartley could have had a chance on had he had connected on the pass with his stick. So the icing called there with 6:01 remaining in the game. Both teams now lining up deep in the Green Hornet zone. Black Aces, another opportunity to get something on the board. Well, you look at the lineup now. You got Hartley McDonald in there, Mike Lilly, Scott Harrison, and Steve Byrne. When playing with the right players, can also be a big impact as well on the offensive side of things. Reels. Back in the Green Hornets end. This is taken up by Paris. Paris finds an open Shaquan center ice. Two Black Aces now closing in. Shaquan shot, knocked down by Borges. Phillips gets it back to Borges for the save. Byrne and Shaquan on the faceoff. Paris winds up for the shot, deflected by Phillips, hits back glass. Shaquan. Off to the side boards, Washburn. Shot fired off to the left side. Phillips with the rebound. Bob Phillips stripped away by LaFleury. Paris in the zone looking for the setup. Big chance here for Paris as he regroups. Shot fired looking for the tip deflection. This one, Black Ace is struggling to get it out as it's taken back by LaFleury. Washburn looking for Shaquan, has him. Shaquan looking back for Washburn. Hits his shot center ice, keeping it low. LaFleury picks up a rebound. Another golden opportunity for the Green Hornets. Buck lost control. McDonald trying to locate it by center ice. McDonald's got two to work with in the Green Hornet zone as it's stripped loose by Shaquan, taken away by LaFleury. Puck heads back in the Black Aces zone. McDonald tipping this one away. This one comes back over to Shaquan. Shaquan keeping it low. This is around to Byrne. Pass to Morey near side. Off the stick of Levesque as it comes back in the Black Aces end. And this one's going to result in an icing call. Well, again, you got to control the the puck as much as he can. Here for the Green Hornets, they couldn't care less right now. It's 4 minutes to go in the game. They have this one in the bag already with 4 minutes remaining. You know, really not a lot to play hard for. And right now for the Black Aces, one more chance here to try to pass some stats, maybe get a goal on the board. That's what they need to focus on right now versus just packing it in. Burning Levesque on the faceoff. Phillips fires the shot as this one gets knocked down by Rosengard. Richmond for the rebound. Off the stick of Shepard. Masherin gets it in Green Hornet possession. Here comes Levesque. Levesque gets the puck around Phillips. Couldn't get around for a shot opportunity as he's out to Reels. Phillips. Finding lots of time. This is back in the Green Hornet zone. Phillips sneaks it around to Richmond off the stick of Byrne. Robbins trying to locate the puck. Robbins fires a shot on net, and it's Rosengard who stops it. So with 3:06 remaining in the game, again with a 5-0 lead, not enough to make it a run clock. As the Black Ace is still in it, as the scoreline shows that Richmond and company have a chance to get it on the board. Shot is low as it gets around to Richmond again. You know, we're seeing quite a lot of low shots here on Rosengard. I don't know if that was exactly the game plan for the Black Aces to try to shoot low, but the key thing that they're missing is you got to try to get the corners. From what we've seen in the past, Rosengard has a little bit of a tough time trying to capitalize on low corner shots, but nevertheless for the Black Aces here right now, they really haven't been looking to hit the corners. They've just been keeping the shots low. Nevertheless, though, Mark Rosengard already doing a fantastic job. Check that, a handsome job at that, playing in net. Harrison's shot goes through the net. And just as soon as you say that, Angelo gives one up through the rifle. That's very classic. Oh, boy. I don't know at this point, Clyde. I mean, like, I don't know what PBN's going to say about that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the handsome keeper's going to be hearing this one back as well. You just, as soon as you say something nice, it's almost like that chromatic video. Well, despite that situation, though, Clyde, nevertheless, it is Scott Harrison who gets the Black Aces on the board for the first time today with 2:13 remaining in the game, trailing by 4. And now we're trying to figure out what in the world is going on. It appears that a timeout's been called, but no indication as to who called the timeout. Nevertheless, we'll step aside here for the moment as the Green Hornets lead 5-1 here in our game of the week. So with 2:13 remaining in regulation, Black Aces trailing by 4 as the Green Hornets are looking to try to put this thing away. As Shaquan fights through Robbins to get to the puck. Shaquan on the near side corner. Into the Black Aces end. This gets around to Harrison, looking for a setup to McDonald. McDonald finds an open Robbins skating for the puck. Black Aces in the neutral zone, gets it back into the Green Hornet zone. Robbins working against Washburn. Shaquan gets around Shepard, trying to get around Lilly. Struggles to get around. Shaquan regroups. Shot looking for the setup, pass other direction, and another goal for Tom Lafriri. That's his 5th of the day. Yeah, Tom Lafriri now just 1 goal away from tying the man he just fist bumped here for the record for most goals scored in Omar Shaquan. But nevertheless, that will just about do it here at the TGH Iceplex North Rink.
6 from 12 and 40.
And so as we look at this game as a whole so far, minute 19 remaining in the game, Green Hornets up 6-1 over the Black Aces. But all the points accumulated so far in this game and will be to finish. Green Hornets have had the trio of offense today of Omer Chicorn, Chris Paris, and of course Tom LaFreury. And what I tell you there, Angelo, you know, it's amazing how even in that situation where you see them coming up big plays, that's how Captain Maturina likes picking his team. If there's some key players that are out, you still have enough key players to potentially make something out of a game. And sure enough, they have had just a dynamic offensive performance just from those three players right there. Puck is back to Paris, looking for more. Paris shot, keeps it low, kicked away by Borge. Pass comes back around. This is Steve Byrne on the move for the Black Aces. Finds Mike Lilly back in the Green Hornet zone. Stripped loose of the puck by Morey, taken up by Harrison. Harrison, back chance. Here comes McDonald. Shot fired, picked up high by Rosengard. Open net, picked up. Phillips trying to keep it in zone. Knocked away by Rosengard again. And it's Paris with the puck possession. Paris flips it high. Knocked down by Bob Phillips as the time expires. In his 2020 debut of over 50 hockey, it's the handsome goaltender who makes a dashing return, winning this one 6-1. And of course, for Mark Rosengard again, you know, the traditions never die with him. He is the same individual that finds a way to step up in key plays and really make a performance out of it. And the handsome keeper, once again, is back in business here in Brandon's TGH Iceplex. So Green Hornets now, as we take a look at the standings, will tie with the Red Army for first place with 4-2 on the season. Black Aces dropping down to 2-4 now, tied with the Blue Bombers for that last place spot. And of course, our 3-3 teams in the Grey Wolves and the Gold Knights after the Gold Knights defeated the Grey Wolves 8-4 on the day today. And we look at the season now, looking for the second half, or at least looking at a preview of it. I really think it's going to be an interesting challenge, because now you look at a red team that has lost 2 in a row now, Angelo. And really, after you look at the way they lost to the Blue Bombers on the game today, I really don't know if they're going to be winning that many more games after the performance they pulled off today. Either that or something's going to have to turn ship, and Todd Duncan has to make some changes if they're going to be looking to keep afloat of the over 50 standings. Meanwhile, for the Green Hornets, it is back in business. Once again, another strong start to these seasons. The Green Hornets have always been a strong club to begin with for the over 50 hockey league, but nevertheless, once again finishing over 500 is just another day at the office. Well, I mean, that's the thing with the Green Hornets. You know, they find ways to win, and again, with Matt Sharina captaining the team and picking the right players to join his squad, that is where it comes into handy. And so for him, this is just a byproduct of how well he picks his teams and puts them all together. And so with that, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to our Game of the Week this week. Be sure to keep in tune with our games, as we have all our videos and highlight archives on our YouTube channel at the Pontello Broadcasting Network, as well as our Facebook page, the TGH Iceplex Over 50 Hockey League. Or if you're looking for more information on standings themselves, as well as schedules and more information about the venue, tune into www.tghiceplex.com for all your statistical and standing needs. So for my co-partner Clyde Roberts, this is Angelo Pontello saying so long, good night. We hope everybody has a blessed week. Happy President's Day weekend to everyone. We'll be back here next time. Green Hornets with a thrilling 6-1 performance over the Black Aces.